Hello, everyone. You can't say anymore. Hello, friends. I used to say that all the time. But now, if you know, you know. And if you know, you love guitars. Here we go. So, I've got a little Fender Starcaster here, but we're talking about vintage straps today. And I went on a little vintage strap escapade. And I'm going to tell you what I found out about it. So, I wanted a vintage strap. I think I caught the bug. I was watching Jed Hughes' channel. If you don't watch his channel, you should. Session player in Nashville. What a great player. And I love the whole Nashville scene. So it's just, so yeah, what touch. Anyway, so he had a vintage looking strap on his guitar, and I was like, that is going to make me a better player if I get a vintage strap, because that's what we do as musicians, right? We just think that is the thing. So I went on this, so I did what you do, and I typed in, you know, best quality vintage strap, and yeah, and I came up with, I got my son here. He's coming over. It's late at night. He's showing me that he's brushing his teeth. Good job, Riley. Good job. You're the man. He likes to show me that. So, little home family situation here. All right, buddy. Anyway, back to vintage straps. Yeah. So I came across, if you go down that rabbit trail, you will find this Epivo. No? Oh, yeah. Epivo. I don't know how to pronounce it right, so I'm sorry. But I will say this. The straps are absolutely amazing. This was my first one. So, like, this is it right here. And it's a pattern that you get with vintage straps. Let me see if I can get this to focus right here. Maybe. There you go. It's a pattern that you get with vintage straps. But, like, they did it really well, I will say. I've got some others I'm going to show you. So, like, let me show you this right here. They did a real good job of like the logo and stuff and the leather and everything. Everything about this, got the seatbelt back, is what you expect out of a premium vintage looking strap situation. Like, it was the great first experience. I had it on a Telecaster, but now I've got it on this new Starcaster because I needed that. So let's look at strap number 2. That was not what Jed Hughes had, by the way. I think I couldn't find what he had at the time, and now I've heard him say in another video, it's Souldier. Man, I can't pronounce any of these straps names. Souldier, I think so. They're similar to the prices of these. I think those are made in Germany, but they were fantastic. So then I had to wait a little bit to get that. And I will say this about them. I had a little mishap, and somewhat my fault, on the Epivo, or however we pronounce it, strap. And I sent them a message, and they really did me right. So if you're willing to buy a premium strap, that was an amazing experience. You had to wait a while for the strap. It's coming from Germany. I'm in the States. I'm in Southern Florida. But let me tell you, like, what they did, I did not think they would do, and they really did some things right. So, like, really support them. It's the strap is the highest quality for if you're looking for this style, I believe. So I was building this a parts caster. Also realized, man, this guy's really affected my life. Jed Hughes builds, this says Breitling on it, so my son Breitling just came by. I was building a parts caster since he was born. I started building it. I got diamonds on the neck. I ordered that neck from Warmouth. Yeah, and it's a great neck. I finished it myself, and but I got diamonds in it, and the neck was a really good buy. They are pricey when it comes to just buying necks, but like, the neck is the guitar, right? You know, so I wanted it to be right, and then I bought StewMac stuff like to finish it, and that was quite a process, me finishing my first guitar, which I'm building, you know, the other Telecaster. If you watch some of my other videos from Mojo Tone, like, really. But this was a parts caster, surf green. I live close to water, so I wanted that. I even got Breitling guitar picks. That's my son's name. Let's see if we can get this to focus in right there. It's just gonna be too bleachy, ain't it? All right, there we go. All right, so yeah, I'll have to work on the lights on this. So anyway, and I bought every part you can imagine. I got Fender Pure 64 vintage. I wanted this to be like a 60s style thing, have some real like twang to it. I mean, all the way from this cap here, but Jed Hughes talked about building his own. I'm like, I'm gonna give this a shot. I did not go as far and carve the neck or anything. I ordered from Warmouth and I talked with them and they really helped me out. And this is for real. Yes, you do pay premium price, but like I just wasn't disappointed whatsoever. So I built this, you know, at that time, and I needed the vintage strap for it. So like, I wanted a cream looking one. So I got this from Bluebird guitar straps. All right, so let's take a look at this one. And this is a classic vintage looking strap. It's like, and I would say it's similar quality. Let's look at this. I would say similar quality to the other ones, other than that right there. It's kind of cool. It's not as vivid and well done like their logo, but the leather and the quality, I would say, is the same as the others. It is high end. I would say they just did that barely better, which isn't that big of a deal. And so much so that I think I got a deal and I got two of them. So I've got this 90s jazz bass. I've got flat wounds on it. And we got this one from Bluebird. And man, this is like, I think this one feels even a little different. Like it feels really premium. The actual material, but all those do, but this one just, and I think it's just the design lends itself to it. But this has got the same, you know, situation here. You know, looks fine. Had I not had the other one, I would say this is the best strap ever. And really, they're neck and neck. They just, whatever they use to press the leather and the logo is just a little bit better. That's the only difference. So Bluebird guitar straps, I'll highly recommend them as well. So if you can handle some more, I really got on this kit. Thanks a lot, Jed Hughes. So then I bought that Starcaster and I put the I had to put that strap on there, but I did have it on this Telecaster. This is American Standard. Yeah, like back when they made American Standards, and it's like the 60th anniversary year. The pickups got the 2 and the 5 Tele pickups. I think Brent Mason had something to do. I think Seymour Duncan. It's kind of my modern Telecaster. Fun fact, I took the pick guard off here and I found out I could actually, this is routed for a humbucker if I want to, and I could make this a Nashville Tele. I don't know how many of those are like that, but I always wanted a Nashville Tele. And then I took this pick guard off and I put a cream vintage one on there. And I saw it was routed for that and I was so excited. And then I played a Nashville Tele. I just hadn't played one a whole lot. And the style of telecasting, I guess, that I play, man, that pickup is right in the way of my fingers. And then I changed my mind on it after looking for hours. Anyway, all right, so I had to get another, I didn't have to, but I got another strap. So this one was a little bit more of a gamble. This one is really cool, but I got it off Etsy. And let me see if I can read this. They did a good job here. They did a good job, but Wilker and Williams, I believe, and I'm sorry if I'm not pronouncing that right, because this is the back end of it is not seatbelt. It's like suede-ish feeling, but not really. I don't know what it is, but it's like soft, kind of like suede, but it's kind of like this. I don't know if it's like a vegan suede or something like that, but they did a real good job on this. Maybe you guys can read it. They did a good job on it. It's a little bit different type of leather. It's stiffer, but like it was well done and stitched. The hardware on it's fantastic. I got it for a lot cheaper off Etsy. And I'm not disappointed with it at all. But I would say the others just teeny bit better, and a teeny. There's the word for the day. The if we're getting stupid picky, I mean, all these were great, but if we're getting picky, that first one just had. There's not one thing that is just not figured out on this one. Like, so, and some of these have the same patterns, like some of the companies. So like, but I would recommend definitely the first two companies. I don't know I don't even know how I found that Etsy one. Like, maybe all theirs are that quality. I don't know. I can tell the other companies are. Some honorable mentions are that Souldier thing. I know if Jed Hughes likes them and uses them, if that is correct. It's amazing. But like, these are a little more pricier than, like, you can buy like the cheap vintage looking ones at like Guitar Center or Sweetwater or something. They're like Ace and stuff, and there's nothing wrong with those are decent if you just want that look. But after having these and then like going and filling those, if you're like a gear premium dude, you know, and you just, whatever reason you want it the best, not that those wouldn't do the job, these are like far past that, but they are double or a little bit more expensive. Like, I think all of them besides for that last one are like $60 to $70, something like that. But you know, there's deals on them, maybe a little cheaper, you know, don't quote me on that, but they're up there. And that other one that I got on Etsy, I'm not disappointed on that, and it had a little bit different design than I'd seen. So yeah, so vintage guitar strap talk, and I would definitely order from those first two companies. Bluebird was great, and Epivo. Sorry, I'm pronouncing that wrong, and I'm giving you the 100. I'm going to give a 98% to Bluebird, and I'm going 99%, 0.9999, and I'm giving 100% to Epivo. Had I not had that first one, I would just say you need to get from Bluebird. Both similar quality. Just that is a little tiny thing. It doesn't matter that much, but if it matters, then it matters to you, and if it don't, then it doesn't matter which company you get them from. Both of them are great. I'm sure that Souldier company. I've seen like hippie straps or something online, and I've seen some good reviews. I've not had them. I don't really know, but I've seen some decent ones on that. But yeah, so let me know if you're out there in the comments if you like vintage guitar straps. I've got nice leather ones and stuff. I just got into these because of Jed Hughes, and not that I want to be like him, although I would love to play like him. But just, you know how it is. You see a player and they have something, and you're just like, it's time. I have to have it too. So cool. Let me know if you guys have vintage guitar straps that are awesome in the comments, or if you want them, or which one was your favorite. But I would definitely support those companies.